la première fois qu'on se voit dans la lumière.
So that's Beatrice Dalle in the 1986 film Betty Blue, directed by Jean-Jacques Bennix. Look, what can I say about this film? I absolutely love this film. I mean, I've got it on multiple formats. So got it on CD, VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, and obviously the box version of the VHS. So there's two different versions of this film. There's the 2-hour theatrical cut, and then there's a director's cut which is 3 hours long. The 3-hour version came out, I think, in the early 90s. I can't watch the Blu-ray because it's just a 2-hour version. It's just nowhere near as good, but I have the Blu-ray anyway. It's a French film, erotically charged, they call it.
Vivre avec toi, c'est la chose la plus importante qui me soit jamais arrivée.
There's a lot of nudity in this film. There's a lot of skin. It's not just from the female perspective, there's male nudity in it as well. And that's one thing I kind of found refreshing. I mean, the nudity doesn't just happen in sex scenes, it just happens, you know, they'll be just doing normal things but just in the nude. And, you know, that's just kind of what, you know, sometimes what life is like. I mean, obviously I don't get nude in the video store and just do things, you know, but, you know, I can imagine couples in their house, you know, at home just in the nude, just, you know, having a cup of coffee or things like that. And it's French, so, you know, what do you expect? It's that's just what they're like, you know, no racism intended or anything like that. It's just, you know, the French are known for getting in the nude. So I was actually going to try and commit to this part and do the review in the nude, but nobody would want to see that, and to tell you the truth, I don't think I could talk to you in the nude, you know, and try and give my honest opinion about the film. It'd just be too weird. So I just, you know, I left the shirt on. Roger Ebert didn't like this film. He basically called it a skin flick.
I hated this movie. That's a statement I made many times while leaving the screening room.
Which, you know, I find that kind of, I mean, hypocritical a little bit. I mean, he wrote, or co-wrote, Beyond the Valley of the Dolls, which basically centres around, you know, beautiful women and boobs. That's the draw card for the film. I mean, the plot is nothing special. It almost reminds me of, you know, Austin Powers.
Oh, behave. Yeah.
You know, Austin Powers is a good film, but it was a comedy, you know, but...
Dolly Reed as Kelly, the singer. Cynthia Myers.
Why don't you ever model for me, Mrs. Kensington?
You know how Mr. Kensington feels about that.
Yeah, baby! Yeah.
As Roxanne.
Maybe Roger Ebert, you know, maybe he hasn't seen a lot of boobs in his life, and maybe it throws him off. Maybe he just got distracted by it, and that's all he could see. You know, maybe he couldn't see past that. But see, this is what Roger Ebert has done to me. He's made me question the film, because I love this film, and it's just, I've got nothing against Roger Ebert. I love him. 90% of the time he's right, but I just found here that he was wrong on this occasion. He basically said that, you know, the only thing going for this film is Beatrice Dalle's boobs and her butt, which I beg to differ. There's a lot more going on for this film. Anyway, back to the story. There is a story, and it's about Zorg, who meets Betty Blue. They start a relationship, and it's quite a passionate, you know, erotic relationship. That it's an explosive relationship, and you just follow them on their journey. Zorg works as a handyman on these beachfront cottages. He basically thinks that he's got it, you know, this is all that life is, and, you know, he's kind of settled with that. But Betty comes along, and it's like a whirlwind in his life, and she ends up finding a manuscript that he's written, falls in love with it, and basically tells him to pursue his dream of becoming a writer. So she burns down his shack, and they head to Paris, and they meet up with some friends, and it just becomes a tumultuous relationship from there. Like I said, she's a whirlwind of a character, and she has a lot of mental problems, and as it goes along she just kind of cracks, and it kind of falls apart at the seams. And the music as well, the music in this is fantastic. It was by Gabriel Yared. He did music for The English Patient, Cold Mountain, and he also did a score for Troy, but that actually got rejected.
That's not good enough!
There's some amazing just instruments used in the film, guitars, saxophones, pianos, sort of like Wurlitzers, and it just creates a real real vibe to the film. So the film got nominated for Best Foreign Film at the Oscars, nominated at the Golden Globes. It won, I think it was a Caesar Award for Best Poster. So yeah, a lot of critical praise from it, except for Roger Ebert. Basically, the director found Beatrice Dalle basically just walking across the street in Paris, and that's how she got the role. And it was a basically debut role, and she absolutely nailed the part, and got nailed in the film as well, plenty of times. But you know, that's beside the point. It's, you know, it's.
Coupé, celle-là est superbe. Allez, on la double. Très bien. Hein? Prends encore plus de temps. Hein? C'est la première fois qu'on se voit dans la lumière. Mais c'est pas l'heure. Silence. Tu regardes autour de toi. Et alors?
Et c'est l'histoire quand même d'un homme qui raconte une femme. Et à travers la femme, il se raconte lui. Et il est intéressant de voir que cette femme, elle est tout ce qu'il n'est pas. Elle ose faire des choses qu'il n'ose pas faire. Elle a du culot alors que lui est lâche. Elle a une violence que lui n'a pas. Et elle l'amène à devenir violent, à devenir ci, à devenir ça. Je crois que c'est une femme mythique.
Oh. So, as you can see, there's one of the scenes there. Sorry, YouTube. Yeah, just, you know, penis. Just, there it is. And like I said, it just pops up just like that. So, you know, it's not the kind of movie you'd you know, recommend to your parents, or even, you know, sit down and watch with your parents. Can't really recommend that. But maybe one for the wife or the girlfriend. There's actually a funny scene that cracks me up every time I watch it, where they've gone to Paris and they meet up with Betty's friends, and Zorg ends up, you know, he gets drunk with one of Betty's friends, and they start telling each other what they do for work. That's quite a funny scene.
C'est à toi cette toule. La pizza Straboli. La pizza Didi. J'ai un trou, tes bouquins, c'est quoi déjà tes bouquins? Science-fiction. Non, non. Science-fiction.
Yeah, so it cracks me up. Betty Blue, she basically goes nuts. I don't know what more else I can say to it. She tries to get his manuscript. Basically, she sends it off, and just basically gets zero feedback. And or the feedback that she does get is it's not good. And she kind of thinks Zorg should be in a better place than what he is, but you know, he's just happy. Oh, jeez. God. Yeah, so I suggest just watch the film if you want to see all those bits, because I can't show it on here. It's funny, it's sad, you know, it's dramatic, it's erotic, it's clever. So here she is, Betty going nuts. So yeah, it just has violent outbursts, and that kind of spirals, and yeah, like I said, I can't give away. I don't even want to give away plot points and things like that, because just watch it. It's yeah, it's a really good film. I give it 5 stars. Obviously, there's a lot of flaws in it, but you know, that's like every film. I mean, no film's perfect, but it's in my top 10. Definitely my top 10 films. So, you know, look, leave a comment. Let us know. Do you think there's too much skin in films, you know, or are you like Roger Ebert, where it, you know, if there's too much, it just turns you off. I don't know how that could happen, but you know, some people are different. Obviously, you know, there's a fine line between soft, you know, sort of soft porn and then, you know, just nudity in films. But where's that fine line for you? You know, like what would be the turning point? I'm genuinely interested to know, because like I said, it baffles me with Ebert's review on this film, because you got to look past the nudity and actually take the film for what it is and appreciate the film for what it is, because there's a lot more to it. And it's a really passionate, you know, steamy film. Alright guys, well, this is James signing off from the home video. Please subscribe to the channel, it really helps us here. Check out Betty Blue.